It's the Chat at noon.
I'm here with Major Tex Ellis, Corps Officer for Salvation Army. First off, thank you so much for being here and for doing this and for talking to us about your organization.
Absolutely.
First off, can you just kind of talk about Salvation Army and tell everyone what you guys do?
Well, we do quite a bit. I mean, we do a lot. The Salvation Army, we're a faith-based nonprofit organization who serves the community. We serve 5 counties here around Amarillo from this particular office, and from everything to ministries, social services, disaster services. We just kind of do everything.
Yes, and you guys always get so busy, especially during the holiday season. And colder weather coming up. Can you kind of talk about what you guys are looking forward to?
When it's cold outside, we kind of just open up for people to have a place to get inside out of the cold weather. In particularly with our shelter program, we operate an emergency shelter that's open every night of the year. We open at 4:30 p.m. until 7 a.m. So that gets people in out of the cold overnight when it's cold, and during the summer it's open every night. And we typically see a lot more people when it does get cold. So we're gearing up for that now, and we try to work with our partners around the community, other agencies that do that as well, to make sure everyone knows there's a place to get in out of the cold.
Yes, and honestly, with you guys just serving the homeless population here in the community, I mean, that is a pretty big task in itself. Can you kind of talk about just the numbers and the increase that you've seen of just people in our community in need?
Sure, it is a big need with those that are homeless or stranded, or there's so many different reasons people find themselves on the street. And our emergency shelter is open to anyone, local residents, people that are out of town. Maybe they got stranded, maybe they're just passing through. People lose their home, people lose their job. There's many different reasons that people find themselves needing shelter, and we try to be open for that. And we have seen the numbers go up a little bit the past couple of years. We average right now between 75 and 100 people a night just in our shelter, and we're one of a couple around town. So it takes the community to try to meet that need, and we try to do that through the emergency shelter.
And so in order to meet those needs, and you ask for help from the community, how can they help you guys?
Absolutely. So the Salvation Army, as I said, we're a nonprofit. So we don't make money. We work on the generosity of the community. And first and foremost, the monetary donations, that's what keeps the lights on, the doors open. But then the gifts in kind donations that we call them, that's the things like towels and blankets and socks and hygiene items that we give people every night when the shelter's open. So those are always things that we need. Obviously we solicit and so appreciate the financial contributions to keep it going. But then things like food, because our shelter, we feed dinner and breakfast every day to the people that are in the shelter. So we constantly need our food pantry stocked as well. So things like that always helps. Talking about food, we also operate a food pantry that's open to the community, and people can come in every week and get groceries and things that they may not have. So we take donations for that as well, because that's how we operate those programs. So food's always a need, and those shelter items are always a need. So.
Now, I want to shift gears just a little bit, because you've been in your role for quite some time. Can you kind of talk about your journey with that and where you've seen everything?
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I realize what I've seen. My wife and I are both officers. We work together, we minister together, and we've been doing this for 26 years this year. And we've done that in 7 different communities. Amarillo Canyon is our 7th community. And over the years, we have seen quite a lot, but the need is always the same, and the programs and the services are basically always the same. And the Salvation Army's mission statement is to meet human need without discrimination, and we believe we do that because of the love of God. So We've always done that. That's been the Salvation Army's mission now for over 160 years since it started, and we've been in Amarillo over 120 years. So the Salvation Army is needed in the community, and obviously the community has supported it for it to be around that long, and we look forward to that continued support and being here to serve the community.
Yes, and it's here to stay. And so moving forward, what do you hope to see the nonprofit accomplish?
Well, for us, it's about community. So working together with the other nonprofits, because of the community support, you can really help a lot more people when you do it together. As much as we would love to be able to do everything for everybody, we do what we do, and then we rely on our partners in the community to help us do that. So I will say Amarillo has a great compassionate outreach. Just working with the other agencies, the city and the United Way partners, it's good to see people working together to try to meet the whole need and to make sure people are taken care of. So when people ask for support for those things, it's so important to help us keep doing what we do.
Well, it truly takes a special person, and you and your wife have done so much to help the Amarillo community. And
Thank you.
I can't wait to just keep catching up with you guys and continue seeing what you continue to do. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, this has been The Chat at Noon. I'm Kelsey Davis.